Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.
Yep, I'm recording it right now. Yeah, I know it felt so strange. I remember my first time too. And people don't get it. Like yesterday, I had my sales and the closing deal workshop, and I had this individual who came in. She said what she's doing for a living is she sells. What she's doing? Community magazine. They have 46 communities in Calgary, in South Calgary only. 46 community production in South Calgary only. And she will go out and she will sell articles and advertisorial. So when I was explaining to her the concept of the mindless compliance and this quadrant, she stopped and she said, "It's amazing. I've been here for 5 hours," because each session was 2 hours and a half. I usually plan the session to be 2 hours to 1 hour and a half. These people were just going with me for 2 hours and a half. You will be able to access the video of this session by the end of today on our video course list. So instead of doing 4 sessions, I did 3. Because you do like 2, 1.5 lunch, then like 145 minutes for like barely 2, and then you do a break, and then you have like 1 hour to wrap up this, right? So I found myself in a position to start at 9, go all the way till 2. One shot. We had a break of like 15 minutes, end up to be about 20 minutes after 2 hours and a half. And they were going, and nobody really reaches their water. There was 5 individuals in the room. It was not too many. There are 3 cancellations in the beginning of the day. They didn't show up. They said they had other activity to do, so I moved them to the next one. So it was very interesting. Like you can get people like 2.5 hours. And then what she told me at the end, there's 2 concepts only I know, but I never seen the positioning in this way. It's a brand new material for me, and it was very awkward when you start to get them to practice, because people know that they are not in front of the audience. You know that you are not really doing it seriously because you are doing it as exercise, like it's okay to do mistakes, So I completely get it. So what I recommend, what I do is I have this big microphones, like these ones, or the other one. And I will look at them as my body, and I just basically talk to them about the webinar.
Yeah. Did you look at my video?
Yep. I like it as a start. Yeah, I like it as a start. But the most important part is, can you do it? Can you keep doing it to the level, say, okay, this is the way I want to go to it. Right? So did you apply any of the sharing of last time in the workshops?
Oh, I mean, from when I did my online teaching last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things I emphasize is why you are taking this course and how you can apply it to your specific needs. So, on day 1, 3 weeks ago, I asked them to introduce themselves. Why are they at CIHS? What are they doing? What degree are they after? But what do they want to do with it? So I continue to help them to say, this is why we're reading this book. And this is why I'm teaching you in this way, because I feel it will help you more in the way you've chosen to apply this information.
And how did they?
So we have.
How did they resonate to this message?
They loved it because they got the why and the how.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And it also, you may also at the end of the session or the end of the learning, you may want to just ask them to, do you agree? Why
you froze?
What I'm saying is, if you wanna get them,
you froze.
Okay, I don't know why. Yeah, now it's good. Yeah. What I'm saying is, if you want to get them to be more engaged, you may want to, at the end, ask them to articulate how they will use it. So you can say, like what I did yesterday, I said, can you give me the biggest takeaway for you or the biggest learning you experienced today? And how will you apply to your own practice right now or to your own routine right now? When each one of them will give you a feedback, you will find the 3 or 4 individuals in the room or the 5 people in the room will basically learn from each other what they get.
And they have to be able to read the group, whether they're feelers or processors or time or.
Yeah, you can if you like to. However, the question will be very relevant to them. Like, what is the biggest takeaway right now from this hour or this 1 hour and a half, and how do you feel? How you will apply it? This will give you good feedback on what they understand, because sometimes they say, yeah, we learned this, but I don't know. I'm not clear. I'm confused. Or somebody will come say, yeah, I will do this and I will apply it. So you find the next one, oh, that's interesting. I didn't think about this application. I will borrow it from you. So you create this kind of dialogue, you know? So
Okay.
what do you want to achieve today with this call?
I was just thinking that to take my dry run and to make points how I can improve it. I mean, obviously, I have the kitchen in the background. I'm just doing this as a dry run, to the computer. But eventually, this is going to be in front of a live audience.
It could be, or it could be in front of a webinar.
In front of what?
A webinar. So webinar.
Webinar.
Yeah. And if you do automated webinar, you basically need to produce the video. So what about going into the offer? Or do you want to, you want to perfect this one first? Up to you.
No, I think I have enough to polish what I have when I talk about the hook and the information nugget, the testimonials or the title.
Yeah, the information nuggets, you have to consider it could be an experience or outcome of somebody. Like it's a pain point which gets somebody to an experience. So
right,
when you
right.
when you share it, you should visualize you have a photo or a story of somebody's life. And one more tip for you, and I know you will get it eventually. If you are standing in front of like 75 plus years old, all information nuggets has to be relevant to 75 plus years old. If you stand in front of employees or 45 to 65 years old, the crowd, all the material has to match this demographic. So the info nuggets and the story. And I believe this will get you to think about one more thing: is why really different people must join your program right now. Like if you remember when we talk about the question, why your customer will buy your service, why they must buy your service, what's the pain points they must buy it now, and what is the pain points they must buy it now from you and nobody else. I believe if you phrase it as what we call it information nugget, which basically pain point and how have been solved, this will get you rethink about why people actually come to this event.
Right. Why must they join my program?
Yeah, because we know some people, like if you remember when I asked her around the table the other time, someone told me she joined because one lady gave her a referral and told her this is a good program. I believe it
was a gut feeling.
Yeah. So we cannot use her information nuggets here. She is not relevant.
Right. Okay.
What's really relevant is somebody was looking for clarity, somebody was looking for, like I was working with someone yesterday, late night, and she has a cancer. She was able to get people to overcome cancer fear. So they were able to get into the cancer treatment, and they are a cancer survivor right now. But we don't know how long they will survive, okay? Like, you have to understand that. So she worked in this area, and this is one of the points is the hospital will direct them to her as a grief support. So it took us some time to figure out why people actually will join her program. So to co-op with their current circumstances, you know?
Right, and we covered that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so maybe you know, I will redo this. I'll shoot it again and again. I'll keep going through it, and I'll keep updating and make some notes.
And show it to Deirdre, show it to other people, and say, okay, what's your feedback to this? We know they don't know the sequences, right?
Yeah.
However, they also be relevant if you like, or if you don't feel you are ready and you want to do like a couple of trial. Also, another approach to, you can, if you have a next conference, a next meeting, or next event, and if you know the demographic of the people in the event, you may want to tailor it to this demographic. So,
right.
When I can give an example here, when I went to the university, I was invited to Ambrose University to give my signature. This is what we call a signature presentation. All the stories were about my time when I used to be a student and my friends and my students at the university. However, when I give stand out, not to blend in downtown, I talk about business owner, I talk about holistics, I talk about feelers, I talk about different demographics. So I felt good about my program because I can really apply it. I can transfer the whole presentation into complete different pain points because I'm now in front of students. They don't care about business owners, right?
Mm-hmm. So the demographic, I understand.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so shall we then move into the offer?
So
or
we can move to the offer. And here, the idea of the offer is how we position it in a way that sequentially it will make sense for people. So you will never share an offer without asking for an invitation first. So you remember, at the end, we come back and say, and today we learn, and we put the agenda again and summarize what we learned at agenda. That's right?
Yes.
And then you should ask one of these magical questions: do you like to know more? Or do you like to learn more? Or do you like to, do you want to know more? And if the crowd is not dynamic with you, you can say yes or yes, or you can say raise your hand if you like to. However, at this towards the end of the talk, you shouldn't get them to be physically moving a lot because you already settled the information in their body. So if they start to move, they will start to have a new persona, and you need to hammer it again, which will be another talk. Okay, so. So the offer should come with the benefits. So you come and say, and today I want to share with you an invitation to join. And what will be your offer? What will be your next step after attending the seminar? Are you offering them the workshop of the first level, or are you offering?
Yes, the workshop with the first level, and then the idea is we're always selling the next level. So if they're coming to an in-person presentation about integrative chakra therapy, the offer comes with the benefit. You know, here's what you will receive, and then my genuineness is not to sound like a used car salesman where I'm selling them vacation rentals, but authentically. You know, what are the benefits? You know, what does happen, and what is the experience of people who have taken the course?
Yes, and this exactly will be the point. So if you have the title will be the integrated chakra therapy workshop. By attending this workshop, you will experience, and then you will illustrate the benefits. And these benefits should come from the product sheet. Remember this product sheet when we have the benefits?
Yeah.
So these benefits should come from the product sheet. You could also, in your maturity of offering, you could also have a testimonial on someone who went through the integrated chakra therapy program and what happened to her. A very powerful testimonial about the impact she got.
Testimonial and happy outcome.
Yeah, so this is could be, so this is an optional. I'm not sure about how long is your time, that's right?
Right.
And then the following slide should be, it's a 3 days workshop, it's 2 days workshop, and then you should illustrate the features and the values of each feature. So this
right, like day one, day 2, day 3.
First, we have to say there are 3 days. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you join this program, we will cover this, and what we were covering in day 1, day 2, day 3. You will receive the workbook. You will receive, which is valued at $1,000 or $100. Okay. You will spend a total of 24 hours or 20 hours with me, and valued at whatever 180 or 150 times whatever hours. You will get my 2 books, and you can have images of the 2 books and the price underneath, and say you will get these 2 books. And for Spanish speakers, we can also give you this book. Just to make it fun, that's right? Okay.
Right.
You know, just to make it like not the old salesman, not the old car salesman. Basically, it's fun. It's enjoyable for you. And then after, what you do there is you will ask them. So you will illustrate all the values. That's right. All the features, all the features with the values. Now you can come and say, okay, so I will have some handout or sheets, and the value is like $5. Okay, don't put the value of $5, but put the biggest value. Okay. The next slide could be, why is it a workshop, not one-on-one? So when I say why it's a workshop, you can come and say, because my hourly rate on my one-on-one sessions are $200 an hour. So if you want to take these 3 days with me in a small room, I'm more than happy to do it. But it will cost you $5,000 a day, or whatever, $4,000 a day. It will cost you $12,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't recommend. Moreover, when you have the interaction with others, you learn and you expand your experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what you should go and say, and now I'm just reviewing the invitation. You briefly have 1 slide of all the features and the benefits, and you give it a price. You say this will be for such much, and this price, you have to give them 2 or 3 different discounted. So you say, because you attended this particular session, you are not paying the full price for it. You will pay that much, and the first 3 or 4 who will join will get this extra meditation, or will get extra whatever meditation or extra material. After that, you go into question and answers, and the question and the answers are 1 slide. You will ask the question and you will answer the question. And the idea here is overcoming their objection early on. So one of the common questions will be, does this work for me? That's right.
Yes.
So the answer, yes, this will work for everyone who applied the learning. I know there is an issue because this does not work for everybody, and we know that. It only works for people who will be able to apply and have trust and confidence in themselves, accept the learning and apply them, so they can have the clarity and they act as a conduit. Okay. Another question will be, for example, will I receive readings? Will I ever receive readings or messages? Will I ever receive messages? And the answer will be absolutely. Everybody is capable of receiving messages, and the more you practice and the more it's like a muscle, the more you practice the muscle becomes stronger and stronger, and you have a better clarity. Another question
I'm beginning. Yeah.
Another question could be, will this help me in my life right now? The answer is yes, it would, because once you have clarity and once you have a better understanding where you are, it should get you. So you should come up with like 7 to 9 or like as many as you can from questions. And you will be the one who answers them. Do you want to inject with the questions testimonials? You could if you have time. Some of the question is, how do I pay? Do you accept credit card? Okay. One of the question can be difficult to answer, which is, what will happen if I come the first day and I don't get messages? Well, if you have a biggest, and we have to talk about the policy, but a recommended answer here will be, yeah, it's if you come in and you cannot understand, you cannot get messages, well, we have a money back guaranteed and cancellation as long as you cancel in the first in the first morning by the end of the first practice session, something along this
first day.
Yeah. So because we don't need anyone who is frustrating the group. That's right. I understand. We want as many as people because we believe in the benefit to people. However, we don't want someone who can frustrate the group. So you should craft some of these questions, and these questions for you will be much easier because you have been seeing the objections. One of the questions, when this training will happen. So you have a tentative date. That's right. However, you can say.
Yes.
However, you can say we will start. Let's pick up like August 21, for example, or like August 41 at 26 p.m. Okay, like a very awkward date. And we do have other list of cities and dates for the next year. So if you cannot make it in this particular immediate one, I would highly recommend that you sign up right now, and we will transfer your registration to the proper time where you can. Does this make sense to you?
Mm-hmm. Because you get them to sign up.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, if you sell 6 months down the road and you have a deposit of $100 or fully paid, sometimes these people will afford to fully pay it, and they even forget about it 6 months down the road. So you can keep the money. But if they come 6 months down the road, you already have a pool of people starting at. And if you cannot fill the room with 5 or whatever critical number you want to start with, you can always contact them and say, yeah, we are canceling, because on their signing sheet, we will have this policy on the back, which gives us the right to change the dates without prior note, without We'll give you the power to change the date if you have to change the date.
Without prior notice.
Yeah, without prior notice. And after the question and answer, and we did not fulfill all of them. I don't know how many you can have. In mine, I have, I believe, 11 or 13 question and answers. The most important part is no one from the audience should answer the question. Because if anybody from the audience will answer the question, they will create hesitation, and you will not be able to control the crowd. And if I'm on the borderline, I will not accept. The next step after that is you say, if you have other questions, I'm more than happy to answer them after my presentation. I will be by the end of the door. By the exit door, please come over and ask me any other questions if your question is not answered. What this will get you as well is, if I'm in the middle of the presentation and ask you a question, you say, yeah, your question is valid, is beautiful. I love your question. Your question is the best question ever. You acknowledge, accept, and acknowledge that this is maybe the best question ever you heard since you were born. Doesn't matter. And you say, oh, I do have a question and answer section towards the end. So let's go through the presentation. It may answer your questions and your concerns. And if I don't answer them by the question and answer session, I'm more than happy to answer your questions. This technique, because if the audience will start to talk, you are getting away from the heart connection, because you will hard to connect to the guy who asked the question, not with everybody in the room. Does this make sense?
It does make sense, yes.
Now, after you come from the question and answers, you say, and let me summarize to you the invitation right now. I am here to offer you the workshop. Here are the benefits of the workshop very briefly. You can say them very briefly. By signing to this workshop, you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can list the information, and they say you can pay. You will pay. The MRSP is that much. You will pay that much because you are here, and you have the forms right now coming to you. I would encourage you to grab your pen and start to fill the forms. And by filling these forms, we provide the following guarantee. So once you have the form on the screen as an image, you can talk about the guarantee. We guarantee an amazing experience, if it's lifetime experience you can ever have. We will guarantee that if you do if you practice, you open up, understand the concept, and practice them, you will receive the messages and you will transform your whole life. I guarantee that if you have difficulties in the very beginning to be introduced with spiritual practices, I will spend with you one-on-one sessions to boost you up or boost you up, either myself or my business partners or my spiritual partners, like Deirdre, like what Deirdre was. Yeah, what she was doing yesterday with this lady is what we talk about. Is somebody does not work for them, it doesn't matter. We can put them in a room with someone and give them another chance. Giving them a second chance is better than giving them the money back. Because you understand, when you charge a credit card, you lose 3%. If you refund them, you lose another 3%. So you basically have a loss of 3%.
Okay.
And you concluded with the screen having the form and they fill the form. Some people will have the guts to so now I will help you filling the form. So here you put your last name and you write your own last name there slowly. So they will have the pen and write. Here you will put your first name. Here you write your address and you will fill it with them on the screen with your own information, and they fill their own information. In this way, you give them a time to take actions. It takes a mindset shift in your mind to do it like this, okay?
A tremendous shift. Yeah.
Yeah, however, we know from persuasion and from mindless compliance that commitment is the most important factor. If I commit and I write, I will come. Then at the end, you conclude, say, I will, if you have any questions or you want to take a photo with me, I will be standing by the door. Hand me your phone and let's have a frank discussion. And you physically go stand by the exit door. And the exit door in the room must be one door. All the other doors will be locked. Like, you've seen this a lot, that's right? You have like 6 doors.
Yeah.
People will get
like a temple or a mosque or a church. You know, the religious person stands.
Yeah, even a conference room in a hotel, you will have like 4 doors, 6 doors, 3 doors, 2 doors to get to the big room. And then you'll find that the back of the room, it has a registration desk. People will distribute the form. When you say the form to be distributed, you go stand by the door. Everybody coming through the door out, they go through you. So your presence there and looking to people, and you will find people like, some of them will walk back and refill the form. Some of them will leave the form and try to go, they will be shy to go walk out because they will be. And then at this moment, we talk about how you can overcome objections one-on-one. And my course of yesterday, I covered 83 different objections. I don't use...
In one course?
Yeah, the course is 3 days. I will give you the book.
You covered 84 objections?
83 objections.
Wow.
It's a methodology.
That's impressive.
It's a methodology because if you want to overcome objections, you have to be familiar with the scripts. You don't memorize them. So, for example, the script say, feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. Everybody felt it. However, they found. The other script means you have to accept, acknowledge, and advance. So if you understand accept 3A, triple A, accept, acknowledge, and advance. So if I come and ask you, okay, I don't believe in that, it will not work. How you answer this? I'm a stranger to you. I got your 90-minute, 20-minute, whatever presentation, whatever. You know what? I don't believe in that. It doesn't work.
I'm not sure how I would answer. Well,
so this kind of objection, it shall go through accept, acknowledge, advance. So you have to accept that I'm saying I don't believe that will not work.
I see. I hear you.
You have to acknowledge me and then advance it to your answer. So you cannot come and say, no, don't think in this way. No, it works. You know, I have thousands of people went through the program. I've seen so many transformations in my life. That's offending them. But if I have a script similar to during my career, I met so many like you. It's very legitimate feedback from you that you believe this may not work. However,
so that's acceptance.
However, you never connected to your higher dimension to experience and make a decision for yourself. So why you don't just join the program and you experience for yourself? And I have my guarantee, if you come for the first 6 hours or for the first day and you say it will not work, you get your money back, no question asked. You see how seamlessly, how smoothly I did it?
And you offered them an out.
Yeah, and you offer them to get in again. Someone may come to you and say, oh, you know what? I feel my wife needs to be there. It's not me. This program is not for me. And I'm trying to mimic it in the way I've been seeing it before. You say, oh, that's great. You know what? We are always on the people are always on the outskirts looking for whatever will benefit them and their loved ones. And I appraise you are really thinking about your other half. You know, I wish my spouse can be like you, or I wish my spouse can act like you. We have this limited offer today only. By the time you walk from this door, you will lose the discount. If you come online, you will pay the regular price. And I give you an option that I will not charge your credit card for the next 5 days or for the next 10 days. So why you don't sign up, sign her up, take this material with you and discuss it with her. And if she doesn't feel she wants to come, call my office and they will cancel. They will not ever charge my card. They will not ever charge your card. Do you see how this works?
But you're still trying to sell him.
I want the form to be filled. If it will be better for somebody else, okay, sign the other name, put the other name in, and sign up for them. And we will not charge we will not charge the credit card for the next 5 days. And you will walk away with this material describing the program, which incline that you need when they hand in the signing sheet. You may want to give them the actual syllabus and the program description. So the syllabus and the program description is not available for everybody in the room. It's used to pressure as a last chance for people who wants to walk away with information. Similar objection will be for somebody to say, yeah, you know what? I don't know. I need to get to know more information. So you can answer something along this line. Yeah, I know everybody needs more information, and it's very legitimate. People don't take decisions joining programs they don't have a clear understanding of them. I agree with you, and I always do this myself. So why you don't walk away with this package? So let's sign you in, and you will walk away with all of this package. So you have all the steps described there. And if you go through them and you have further questions, there is an 800 number in the back, or whatever number is the back, and you can talk to me or any of my assistants. And by the way, we have a 5 days no charge guarantee. So we are a big organization. I've been around for 26 years. We will not charge your card. So you just sign up, walk away with the information. And for you in particular, I will give you also this access code so you can. So you need to have 1 or 2 little back pocket freebies. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just sharing with you, explaining how you come with a script when someone will come and say, yeah, you know what? I don't feel comfortable putting my credit card here. Well, yeah, we have a square machine in the back if you like to. You can stand in line. However, we are a big organization. We never have any. We have an EIN. We are registered in Canada and the US, and we are a multinational organization. We keep privilege and we keep security and private information confidential. Confidential, yeah. So the format is feel, felt, found, accept, acknowledge, advance. So what you want to close? Your only closure is people fill in the forms, give you the white cover, and they walk away with the yellow or the red cover. That's it. So what other objections did you face before? We need to have similar script written or recorded by you. So if Deirdre will be in the back at the registration desk with you, or your best wife will be over there, first of all, you never declare her as your wife in the event, because we are not doing family business here. No. Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
No, I understand.
You know, she's a partner, not a life partner, a business partner. She's associate.
Right.
You know, you
Right.
can partner her as your wife later on in a different occasion. Okay, take her to a lovely dinner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So each one on the stage and each one in the back must understand this script, because they will get some people who just put in some information. People will not fill the information and just have a blank sheet, and they will give it back to them. So they should look at them in the eyes. Yeah, so why didn't you fill the sheet? So somebody say, oh, I don't feel this for me. So I see you stayed here. Did you enjoy the presentation? The people say yes. Did you really feel the energy of the room? Yes. So you have been here for 1.5 hours or 1 hour enjoying it. So why you don't want to talk to Richard and see if you have any other questions, and you just take a chance and experience this particular event and sign up. Somebody will come and say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I don't feel I want to sign up. I'm busy. I don't know the schedule. Awesome. Everybody's busy. Everybody has his full agenda. And you know what? My kids will change my agenda on a daily basis because they always have surprises. However, if you sign up right now, we have all of these other dates. You will be complimentary going. And our prices most often will go up in 2 months from now, because every 6 months we get so many demand and we increase our prices. So if you don't sign up right now and lock the price for now, you pay a very fractional as a down payment. However you are doing it, you know, if you are collecting.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Yeah.
It's function of. I'm sharing this with you because I want to just broaden your view. Okay, it's not about them signing up. It's about what kind of other benefits I put in. Somebody will come and say, you know what, it's too expensive. Like I don't feel I cannot afford paying that much money. So how can you handle this? So in my book, I do have 28 scripts. And these 28 scripts just specifically on it's too expensive, or it costs too much.
Really?
So one legitimate communication back is, yeah, I know money is an issue for so many people, and many people focus on money and work on tight budgets. Let me ask you a question. If you cannot perform and you don't feel good, how long can you keep going in this way? You don't agree that investing for your own better well and future have a much higher return of investment than just $700 or than what we are asking for? And guess what? If you really cannot afford it and you need it, because I see you need it, you have been here. Did you agree? Did you accept? Or did you enjoy the exercises? Did you feel the transformation? Most likely they will feel shy and they say, yes, we felt it. You know what? Yeah. So I can give you a special treatment. We have a payment plan. So why we don't just sign you up, and I will initial for you the form here. So they will authorize the payment plan for you, and they will charge you for the next 2 months, 1/3, whatever payment plan you have.
Yeah, this is really good information.
And I'm not saying you must use it or you should use it. What I'm saying is I'm doing a role play here to give you an idea what is the next step. Because after all what we did, the step is the invitation or the program selling or inviting them to join the first stage of the program. Part of it is overcome objection. The frequently asked questions we have, it's a proactively we are addressing their objections. You give the question, it's not really a question, it's an objection. Now, you can also have it costs too much or I cannot afford that. Everybody can feel not afforded, I understand. However, if you cannot afford it today, it will become worse next time because it will be more expensive. You already wasted all of this time. You cannot focus on what you do in life. So you do the overcoming objection in the fact proactively. And then when you get one-on-one, you have to be able to address their concerns. You are not a salesman. I'm not positioning you as a salesman. You just want to invite them. So when they come to you with these objections, look at it as concerns. You must have your same voice, same pace, same tone. You don't stress. You don't. It's normal. People having questions.
Yeah.
That's right. After these questions, we have to accept, agree, acknowledge, or accept, acknowledge, and advance to what?
Advance.
You can advance them to walk away. It doesn't matter. Say, yeah, when somebody give you a blank sheet, oh, why didn't you fill your form? You don't want to spend with us another 3 days? Oh, no, I don't know. I need to think about that. You say, oh, yeah, thank you. I've seen people helping others, like when Rick will get his girlfriend, every workshop he has a different girlfriend. That's why he couldn't, his business called the Crush Your Fear or Crush Your Stress. Crush Your Stress, I believe. This is and he will never really get out of, because every 2-3 months he has a new girlfriend. And he's so bought into the cheap thing. He also bought that his girlfriend will come help him for free. And what will happen, the girlfriend will see the form coming to her. And what will happen? She say, oh, thank you.
She'll let it go.
You'll say, thank you. And I had situations where I got for him some customers who really will accept. He will sell like $50 program after his free session. And then from the 50, he would like to get 200 for 1 day workshop. And he works with monks in Thailand or wherever. And he will let people just visualize a ball inside their stomach, and then you grab the ball and you send it away. He's just having this kind of spiritual work. And I got individuals there, and the ladies would love him because he's an ex-WWF wrestler. So you understand, there are people who like him and like his big body. He's like 6'7", taller than me and much wider than me. And these people actually went in without filling the form. And when I met them outside, I said, yeah, so why didn't you sign? She said, like, nobody told us to sign. So why don't go back? Because you guys know that you are coming here and then you will go next week, and you want to really spend some time to evaluate if this worked for you or not. So the two ladies went back and they signed. All what they needed is somebody to tell them, sign here, or let's sign together. The other so do you have any questions here?
Not yet, no. No, I'm tracking with you.
The other issue is there are 9 types of buyer. There is the tribalistic buyers. The tribalistic buyers will be the kind of a buyer where with the first one will buy, they will just fall down like flies. These individuals, they don't feel they have the power. They don't have the ego. So these individuals, they need to be pushed to sign together. They don't have the courage to take step. And I'm not sure if you notice this inside your crowd. Okay, I know I felt it because someone told me, oh, so and so told me to come here. What do you mean? If my dad will tell me to do something, I wouldn't do it. Okay. So people, when they are emotionally down, when they have hard time in their life, they are more tribalistic attitude. The tribalistic attitude, you should tell them, let's sign together. Let me help you out to sign here. The guys who will have an ego will be the opposite. Because he has the ego. He's the initiator. He has the one to be given the permission. So he will not accept help from anybody. There is a white hat buyer. A white hat buyer will be the ones who will pay you thousands of dollars for whatever it costs you, whatever you're selling for hundreds, they pay thousands. And this white hat will be like the individuals. How do you know the people who have ego? They will come with the Michael Kors bag. She will come with the Chanel glasses. She will come with Tiffany. You've seen these characters before?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes.
These people, they have this ego. So selling them a spiritual work, you sell it from the fact they will be leader in their friends, and they will shine against their friends.
Charisma.
You want to call it charisma, I'm calling it ego. It's a private session anyway. It doesn't matter who's calling it what, but you got the point. There is a higher class of these people. This is the white hat. The white hat buyers are just, you pray for their blessing to join and give you money. Mm-hmm. Usually we don't see the 9. We see like maybe 2 or 3. That's right. Usually when you sell, you don't go through the 9. There is the one which is, I call it dedicated delayer. He will always delay. Do you want to sign now? Oh, you know what? No, I will sign a week before the event. Guess what?
I've heard that.
Our events are sold out all the time. So we cannot accommodate. And if you come a week before the event, you will not have the promotion we are running it today, because this promotion is today and today only. This discount. So the professional delayers, the other ones will be the one who are looking for a good deal, the greedy. And the one who are looking for a good deal, they need to feel a special deal. However, the deal is not true. To give you an example and give you an interesting story, you eat cereal, that's right. You eat any kind of cereal, like oatmeal or regular. So
yeah.
Quite often, clogs will come with 400 gram or the 680 gram box cereal, and they will run a promotion coming down from $4.80 or $5 to $3.88. And they put this promotion everywhere, in Walmart and Superstore, in Safeway, wherever, Sam's Club, wherever, maybe Albertsons, wherever you have, they have this promotion for $3.88. If you divide $3.88 by 400 gram, and if you look at the bottom and you find the 688 box, which is 1.2 kilogram, the 1.2 kilogram at 688 is much cheaper per gram. Way cheaper per gram. However, when people look at the deal and they look at the happy face of Walmart, they look at the yellow sticker, the red sticker, a promotion, last chance, limited time only, what people will come and buy. What they buy is not the real deal. If you go buy the other one at $6.88 regular price, you are actually saving on it. It's always happening like that.
And there are stores that will put so much per ounce or so much per gram within the price, but not everybody looks at it. And also, it's usually very small print.
Yes, and when you have a promotion, they don't do this on promotion items. They do this only on regular prices. So when you have somebody greedy or they are looking for the good deal, don't be scared, because you can up your prices. I had few of them will come to me, and 2 years ago, my program will be around $700 a month, like 3-4 years ago. And these guys came into me, and I know they are looking for a good deal. So I signed them up at $750. And they walk out and they felt this was the best deal, because the program publish rate was always $900 or $1,000. And when we have individuals who will refer us or get us referral, we pay them 1/3 of the price. Like if you have joint venture, usually you pay them 1/3 to 60% of what you collect, based on what stages. So I used to give 1/3 or 30% to my joint venture. So if I have somebody coming directly, I'm okay with having $700 because whoever got me the customers I will get $700. Okay. So usually I have a $300 room of negotiation. So when this guy came, I gave him a very good deal, 25%, and I had $50 more. I just did it because he was so intimidating, and I felt like my 2 extra hours to convince him to join the program would be very well.
Wasn't worth it.
Wait, no, I have $50 more. I have $50 more, okay? So if somebody come to you on a good deal, don't be scared. You can do it. So you have the delayer, you have the one who are looking for the good deal. So these are some of the characteristics of how you can find this personality. And you can smell them. If you are aware of this, you can smell them.
Yeah, I'm going to replay this recording and take notes on each one.
You know, and in my book, I have at least 1 page on each one of them. Because it's very interesting. And then there is the manipulative. The manipulatives are bad buyers. We have to avoid them. These are the people who will always come back with asking so many questions. They take lots of time. They never make a decision. I shared yesterday the story. I used to have an excellent salesman, and he's a VP sales. And every time he will go to the customer, he will say, "We have been discussing this project for the last 2 weeks. Today is the last day for me to come here. We want to just conclude that." So he came up with a contract. This was an engineering project, okay? The company has a board. The board has to approve the budget, okay? So it was not just you buy from me or I buy from you, okay? So the guy, the prospect will say, yeah, I agree with you. Let's finalize the numbers. Now I have to get my board to approve it. He say, okay, no problem. I will win the board meeting next week. Okay, I'm coming in 2 weeks. He will walk in 2 weeks. He say, today is my last day here. We have to close the deal. No further discussion. You either want to proceed with the project or not. The prospect will say, yeah, I agree. However, my board has these questions. Can you answer them? He said, yes, that's good. You know what? I will go to the office. I get my engineers to confirm the answers, and I will send it to you by email, and your next board meeting will be next month, so I will come back on this day. He walked in the next day. He said, today is the last day. I will walk away with a check. The guy said, yes. The board has this 2 last. He kept going and saying, this is the last day for maybe 11 days. And at the end of the 11 days, he got us the contract. So when I asked him, I said, like, does this make sense? He said, yes, because these people are delayers, are manipulatives. They want to ask so many questions. They have, if you let them asking technical question for engineering project, they can start asking you on every single screw, how big is the screw, how many threads on the screws, how big is the steel, and they can keep asking also, what about this, what if. So he said, by me coming in and say, I'm busy, today is my last day here, I come from cost down, I'm not really interested to come to this office again, I'm pushing them to conclude quicker. Oh, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. So yeah, so you will have this access to this particular course by tonight, because I believe the information will be on the website tonight. I know the video is edited and it was uploaded yesterday, and today it will be released. So you can also look at this course called Sales and Closing Deals. There are lots of this information, especially session 2 and 3. Session 1, I talk more about the persuasions and the personality and how people can talk and division dividers, material like that. Okay.
Yeah, I just started watching Win Your Authority.
Yep. What's your feedback on the format, on the tree?
I'm not into it far enough yet.
No, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Selling through presentations will be very helpful for you, because selling through presentations will be the same as what I was talking to you last time. Sales and the closing deals, there are a few different videos around them. And I had lots of requests to have them as a podcast so people can download them and just listen, but I'm not yet in this stage. So,
Yeah.
Any other
Much to do.
Any other things for me, or?
No, I think this is sufficient for now. I need to look at the recording from the other day, look at the recording for today, go through my webinars several more times, so lots for me to practice. I feel the closeness of the September date. I'm hoping that we can make it with a few presentations before then so that we can get an adequate number of students in both San Diego and in Calgary. So that's my goal. So lots to do in a short amount of time.
Yeah. And if we can connect in 2-3 days and you embedded the offer in, we can videotape a webinar. We can record the webinar.
Okay.
And the webinar can have the link in the bottom for people to sign up for the first day. And then, as what Didris was sending the other day, if you have the webinar ready, we can put it on your website or we can put it on your Facebook. And what we need to do is we need to send traffic to it, and people can sign up on the link below the webinar.
Mm-hmm. And I'll have the right background too, not the kitchen.
No, I understand. It doesn't bother me. Just remember, you are so genuine. You are so authentic. So if you don't feel this coming from you, I will sense it. Everybody will sense it.
Right.
You know, just a small smile, a little smile, a laugh, it can screw up the whole thing. Because I went to, this is what's his name? Ted McGrath. He sells a program called Speak to Millions. And he gets someone who used to do lots of NLP work and intuition work. And this individual will sell his 3 days workshop. And the guy will stand and say, and this program here is like $35,000. And, yeah, I know it's $35,000. When he said, I know it's $35,000, it gave everybody in the room the impression it's too expensive. This individual came here for 3 days. I was on the auditing for what he's doing. Has 104 individuals in the room. 2 sign up only. One bought a $2,000 program. The other one signed up for the $25,000 program he was selling, and she canceled in 3 days.
Wow.
And he was coming through Go Motivated, and I have insider in Go Motivated from Florida. And people from Go Motivated sign up for Les Brown event. Ted McGrath took it away from Les Brown, and he sent this jerk to run the 3 days. It was a disaster. Like, I was sitting there, I ran out of notes. I sent Rob a message. I said, it's a day and a half right now. I ran out of my notes. So Rob called me at night and said, what's the deal here? I said, no, this guy is wrong. I'm not sure why you send this. Why you don't let it. They couldn't let me do it in Calgary because I'm from Calgary. And part of the selling point is you are not from town. That's right. So a big potential don't sell too much here through the guys in Calgary. They have 2 salesmen in Calgary, but they sell very well everywhere else. And when they do Calgary, they get somebody from Chicago or somebody from TV Eggers is the one who is behind Big Potential. So a little bit not you in it will make everybody feel it.
Right. A little bit disgenuineness. Like if you hurry on down and buy now and 9 easily monthly payments, if that sounds like I'm putting that on, it's going to turn everybody off.
This is not your standard tone, your standard deep voice, because you have a very deep voice.
Uh-huh.
That's it. You are mimicking. That's why when you told me, like, do you go through 84 or 83 objections? Yes, we go through 3 days. This time I'm running the workshop as 1 day in person, lay out the foundation, 2 days as Zoom. So people will come for 3 hours and I will be able to share with them few material here and there and get them through the practice, because it takes time. And I can also share with you one more thing. When I am not on the stage in October, it takes me 2-3 weeks to set myself back, because when I am not on the stage, I lose a gift. Because I cannot use slides. I see the slides. The slides run in the back. I don't read my slides. So it takes me another 4 times, 3 times, 6 times practice to be able to get back. And for me, the offer is hard, because I want to help people without paying money. So it takes me lots of emotional train to be the same level. And Marcel, I'm not sure if you met him. I think Marcel is one of my early customers. And
Haven't met him.
Marcel will tell me, he's from Germany, and he will always tell me, you need to go practice, because I feel you don't want to talk about the price. You went through the price very quickly. You just zap through it. If you zip through it, because I don't feel it's me. So,
yeah, and that's the thing. I can tell you a joke. I worked with a fellow engineer years ago, and he said, sincerity, that's the name of the game. Once you can fake that, you got it made.
Yeah. Anthony, when he passed away, and I heard all the tributes to him, they said he was genuinely interested in your story and everybody around him's story. He will sit and listen to your story. So it got me some time to remember, like when I met him, what he was asking. He asked 3 questions. And let's discuss my story. And he was doing it because he has empty head. He doesn't have any fillers. So what he will do is he will sit with you, say, oh, so what got you here? What brought you here? What you do? And he will keep asking more and more about my story and what I learned from my story and what is the biggest lesson I always can teach my kids about my story. He has this bunch of questions, and I said, like, is this what people get as genuinely interested in your story? And he will sit quietly and listen. You know? Remember, the lady was crossing from you in the table last time. Dedris was not allowing her to allowed you to listen to him. Always
I remember.
Always remember this example. So whenever you are in a similar situation, what we do? Listen. Keep quiet. We just listen. And if these people, from a different angle for you, if you have material to cover 6 hours or 8 hours, let's call it 8 hours for now. And you have these people who have so many issues and they want to talk among themselves and teaching each other. There is nothing wrong with stepping back, share only material of 6 hours, and charge them for an extra workshop for the other 2 hours material. There is nothing wrong. Sales and the closing deal is one of the common events where people will start to have the side talk, and they will have to, because I give you a script, I say, can you rewrite your script to your own business? Because one of the scripts will say, yeah, somebody will call them and say, oh, I have no time right now. Or, oh, we don't use this we have a outsourcing for your service. It's already outsourced. So we say, that's great, I understand it's a good business decision to outsource and you are really keen about your business. However, can I share with you some benefits of what we do? So you talk about your own benefits. That's why people need to come up with their own scripts. The scripts in the book, the workbook, are just a stimulation point.
Right, and so that's what.
This is one of the activity when I found people will just start to talk among themselves and they mislead each other. So in the very beginning, I said, no, I have to intersect every time. After some time, I learned you let them misleading each other. After they finish they discharge all the charges inside themselves. Okay, let's just reflect on this and let's discuss it. And you point to one of them, and she tell you, I had this original script, but he told me this, she told me this, and then I have a discussion. So what I found is I only share 10 or 8 scripts per day. And what will happen is, majority of the time, people will come to me for one-on-one to review all the scripts. So it's another, for me, it's another maybe $1,000. So do I really need to flush them through the 83 scripts? If they will keep quiet, the time will allow me. Like I spend like 3 minutes per script. I say it, I share, and they have 1 minute to craft and 1 minute for discussion. So 3 to 5 minutes per script will do it. And we have in the 3 days time. However, I don't enforce it because they need to discharge. Because if you imagine you have 83 point of information, one comes every 3 minutes. You're not a robot. So that's why I have it this time 3 days over 5 meetings.
Interspersed. Yeah, it's spread out.
Yeah. Okay. Any question for me or any?
No, I think I have enough here. I've taken my notes and I have some points of interest I want to review when I watch the video again, and I want to write down the challenges and I want to write down the benefits so that I actually have made myself an entire list of shopping items that I can go through and I can pick out instantly. Maybe I've written down 40 benefits and I can isolate the top 7. And then that way it gives me something I can look at and refer to and remember in case I don't remember. But I think that'll help me in my learning process.
Yep. And also you should look at their topic. So if you want to sell the flower, because for the flower reading, you can have 20-minute presentation.
Mm-hmm.
And
it can be, yeah, and it can be a webinar, and it can be on YouTube, and it can be, okay, here, you want to learn about flower readings, here's a webinar about flower readings, and here's a call to action.
Yes, and the call to action will be the offer.
Right.
So even for your book, like if I understand, I for each one of my book, I have a small video introduction. Why people should read for any material.
Mm-hmm.
So the more points
there's 2 books. There's a CD. There's the workshops. There's the integrative chakra therapy. There's a whole raft of things that we could create little videos for as introductions. So yeah.
The first step is what? The first step is you feel comfort with the sequence. You feel genuine about the offer, which we cover today. Like you figure out a way to overcome objections and be very genuine when you invite them to.
Right.
This is
otherwise, it's going to sound like a sales pitch.
Otherwise, it will be more cost effective for you that I can do it for you, or Didris can do it, or anybody can do it for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
However, if I ask you a specific objection or a specific issue, I ask each one in the organization, I must have 80% similarity of the answer.
Everybody has to be on the same page.
Simple question. It will not work with you. I don't believe in that. If somebody will come and say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we heard this so much. I don't believe in it. What's your answer? What's everybody in the organization answer for that? They should be 80% similar.
Mm-hmm.
This is not my words, but just what we expect to see from outside words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus himself, if he ever existed, he had the most friction and people did not believe in him. He crucified because, like, if you have him in our life, will we ever crucify him? No. But he was so on the attack all the time, and he was all the time under pressure, and people did not believe in him. With all the one thing on the technicality, when you talked about he had the gift. So what in Islamic belief is he has the miracle of curing the blind, of curing the guy which has the skin. So in Islamic book, in the Quran, these are the miracles of Jesus. So each prophet, and I'm not here to preach you, okay? I'm not here to preach, but just
no, I understand.
I'm talking though, because if you are in front of a specific because if you go on the road, you will have the Muslims, you'll have the Sunni, you'll have the Shiite, you'll have the believers, the unbeliever, the Christians, the Jewish, all of them may come in, and if they pick on you and they be sour, they will screw up the whole event. So you mentioned in the learning the other day on Sunday that the blind guy were able to see through the energy with Jesus, and that's why he was able to see back. Islamic beliefs are opposite. Islamic beliefs is each prophet has a power. So Moses has the testament. Moses has the miracle of talking to God. That's it. Muhammad has the miracle of the word. That's why the Quran itself, whatever you interpret it, it fits the interpretation of every age, every year, every event. And it's very powerful in its original language. So his miracle was the word. Jesus' miracle was the miracle of one of his three miracles is treating the blind. I don't remember the skin. He was able to treat three things. So this is where the miracle. The other miracle for him is he spoke while he was infant. When they were trying to harm his mom, he talked to them. So this is one of his miracles. Joseph, and I believe you know who's Joseph, that's right? What Joseph's miracle was understanding dreams. So when Joseph went to jail and the pharaohs or the ruler living cows story, you know this? So Joseph,
right. Feast and famine.
Yeah, because I learned this stuff in Arabic in Islamic, so I don't know the exact word one-on-one to whatever other learnings are. However, his miracle was understanding and interpreting the dreams. So, Jesus, we cannot compare the energy of the blind to see again with what we understand, because we believe these are miracles coming from the God, from the universe, from Lord, from what you call it God, okay? Whatever you believe, superpower. So I don't know, I felt I have to share this with you because there are a couple of things I shared. This one, the other one, when you talked about the oneness. In Islam, God is unique, is one, nothing like it, and you cannot imagine it in any form. There is a big chapter, a very short chapter of 7 or 3 different verses in this way. In the book you only make this oneness not in Islamic. He said that this is the only place it was not included in the Islam in your book somewhere, and there is got the page. So these are little things. If you stand in front of Muslim community or some people from the Muslim community, you are moving them from believing the power of energy and the power of clear mindset and the spiritual aspect of it into these Byzantine discussions, because they can challenge you and everything will break apart.
Fall apart.
So that's why I don't have to deal with your technical material, because this is your technical. I'm only supporting the business and how you position it. And I believe in what you do because I've seen people who this was the only hope for them and they were really working out with it, with this kind of modality. But just also on this technical component, we have to be a little bit careful, because if we said it and there's some other people who come and convert, try to be more supportive of another opinion, the audience will get confused. And this will take away from your credibility.
Okay.
And I know we are not expert in all religions, right? Especially this little detail. No. There's so many details there, we don't know. So okay. Any last things for me?
No, I don't think so. I think we've covered a lot. There's a lot for me to digest, and I'm ready to go to work.
Sure, and I will get the recording out as soon as it gets decoded, and I'll text you a message with the actual link for it.
Okay. Thank you, Wael. Always great to talk to you.
Same here. I really enjoyed it. Bye.
Bye.
Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.